Hey guys, so I wanted to wish a hearty congratulations to Jordan Spieth on winning the British Open. Congratulations. Now let's take a look at his awesome golf swing. Alright guys, myswingevolution.com, Christo Garcia. Let's take a look at Jordan Spieth's golf swing. Wow, what an awesome day to see this young man win the British Open. Very, very cool. And I've been making videos about Jordan Spieth going back 4 years. The first video I made about him discussed his interesting grip. The thing that I like about his grip is he has a left palm grip. That club is high in the palm, and I refer to that as the super lock. And I believe it helps to keep the club face in line with the forearm, so the club and the forearm are working as more of a unit. And he has a hold-off release, which really seems to help him keep that club face pretty square for a long time. Now, I will say Ben Hogan is famous for saying trying to control the club face is folly. But, you know, with Jordan's little chicken wing release and keeping that, you know, he just keeps that thing so square. And he has emerged as the top ball striker on tour, I've read recently, which is really remarkable because a couple of years ago when he had his great run, you know, very young man, 21 years old, winning all these tournaments, it seems that he fell off for a little bit last year. But you'll notice that he picked up about 10 yards, and apparently he's been hitting the gym a lot harder. I don't think that his swing has really changed very much, but I think that he wanted to improve his ball striking. You add his putting, and now you've got a 3-time major champion, 3 legs of the Grand Slam. He's not even 24 years old yet, and he is ahead of Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods at this point in their careers. So absolutely amazing. Now let's take a look at his golf swing. Now I have not read very much about his coach. I don't know a lot about what he's actively working on, but I'm going to talk about the things that I find are very, very important. And he looks like a Texas golfer to me. And in fact, I wonder if he uses the same secret that Ben Hogan used. And Ben Hogan's secret, I've discussed it in depth with Chris Cheddar and also with Jody Vasquez. And it's Jody Vasquez's secret that was told to him by Ben Hogan that I think I see in Jordan Spieth's golf swing. So let's take a look at this. I think that he might have hit that a little bit to the left. You know, it wasn't his best shot, but that's all right. I think there's a lot to discuss right here. The first thing I'd like to discuss about Jordan Spieth's swing is his little trigger move, his little knee flex, his little kick in. A lot of great golfers with classic swings like Gary Player, you'll see them really kick that right knee in before they shift their weight back and deep into their right heel. It's almost like they're reminding their legs of how they're going to function during the golf swing. Now, at address, Jordan is fairly tall. His legs are fairly straight. But watch this trigger move. Let's watch it a couple times. Yeah, you'll see him right there. He just makes that nice little bend in his knees right there. I mean, that's a pretty significant amount of knee flex that he just engaged. And what he's doing is he's engaging his quads and he's engaging his legs, feeling a little bit of gravity. And that is a really good place to be because we need to keep hip depth in the golf swing. It's very, very crucial. And throughout my swing evolution, the biggest problems I've had with my stall, flip, release, early extension is because of a lack of hip depth. Now, when you go into that backswing, you really need to go deep into that right foot and right heel. And let's watch Jordan. Very nice job here at the top. And you can see that that foot is pretty much angled back. Now, what I'd like to add to this is actually a tush line, just to see how his hips are working and how much depth he has. So I put this line up, and it's actually about an inch or two behind him. And what we're going to see is as he does his trigger move, he will actually meet that line. So as he begins his backswing, you can see that his tush line is probably 6 inches behind his shoes. And that's something that I can't encourage people to try out enough, because the biggest thing that I see with amateur golf swings is they don't have enough depth in their hips. So as he goes backwards, you see that his right hip gains depth. Even still, he's going into that line. So that's very, very good, nice and deep. Now, you'll see that Jordan Spieth has a nice high takeaway. I think this helps him gain a little bit of leverage as he reaches from the shaft plane up to the shoulder plane. But as we watch him come down, we're going to see his secret. Now, if there's any one thing I'd recommend for struggling golfers to try, is to really find your balance at the top of the backswing and watch Jordan's magic move right here. Look at those knees. Look at how much flex he has in his knees. And right here, he keeps his heels down nice and long. His right heel starts to pop up here just a skosh. Now that is the secret right there. If you notice his knees, look at his right knee. Mr. Hogan told Jody Vasquez that his secret was running at the ball with his right knee. It looks like that right knee gets lower. Now, I talked a little bit about hips and levelness. It looks like his hips are fairly level, but I'd say that right hip is just a little bit lower, and you can see his right knee is just a little bit lower than his left. Again, these camera angles make it a little bit difficult. But if there's anything to take away from Jordan's golf swing, look at this knee flex and watch him keep that right knee drive going down through the ball to the target. And what that does is that knee drive is what continues to open the hips. And I'll tell you, Jordan Spieth is maxed out. His hips are basically as open as they can get when he gets to the impact zone. It's really, really remarkable. Here he is in Shangri-La, and you'll notice that his hands are so low. That knee is low, his hands are low, and he essentially has to do the push-pull that I described in the Hogan Code. He's going to, with that left hand and left shoulder, be pulling up on the end of that handle. Bam! As he just unloads that club right into the back of the ball. So right now, we're looking at the #1 ball striker on tour, just picked up his 10th win and 3rd major. He's not even 24 years old yet. Let's watch this one more time. So here he is at the start, nice and tall. He's going to find some depth with his trigger move, takes it back, and then he drives those knees, that right knee going into the ball, turning his hips open, and then just as a reaction to the forces of the club head, he just pulls it up and through, and he wins a British Open. Jordan Spieth, I think you're one of the finest examples of a gentleman in the game. We're all proud to have you play in this game. I love watching you play. It's interesting at my age now to still have people that I can be such a fan of, but this game really teaches a lot about poise, how to handle pressure, and there is no better example than Jordan Spieth. We're honored to have you in our game. Hit 'em long and hit 'em straight.
It's hard to describe the sound when Mr. Hogan hit a shot.
He had this tenacity about him. It's really the stuff legends are made of.
He was like Michelangelo and Da Vinci. You know, he was an artist with a golf club.
This is Ben Hogan's locker right here, number 50.
He caddied for my dad. That was the beginning of their relationship. Suffering produces endurance. Endurance produces character.
He knew what was going to happen, and there wasn't anything he could do about it.
Why he actually decided at that point in time to share what he told me, I have no idea.
What I think he did was he applied physics better than everybody else.
Ben Hogan never watched Jack Nicklaus practice, but Jack Nicklaus watched Ben Hogan practice.
People say Hogan won't ever talk to you. Well, Hogan talked to me a lot.